Next slide. Part of that is too is like the corn maze. You see these lower left-hand corner. Those are just big old culverts. We use them as a slide, pile, raise them up with straw bales. Real effective. And the other thing is in the top right, you see an old grain bin. My son and I took an old grain bin off the farm, and we took a couple rings off and lowered the roof down. We put some windows in that, and we actually made that our maze office, the corn maze. It's been very effective, and it proved to be very helpful this year because we could take 2 lines of people at the same time on 2 different windows and move people into the maze and such. And it's little things like that. It adds atmosphere, it adds attraction, and it was an investment. And that's one thing we've done is that everything we've made over the last several years, we've just invested right back into the business to help us to become more financially sound and get our feet underneath us. I still work a full-time job. My wife is a full-time mother with our kids, obviously, and they're always going between sports and school and other events and scouts and things. They're quite busy. But the big thing is for us is that around here at our home it says, hey, we work really hard and we don't see much at the end of the year, and that's because of some of the things we've done. And we're to the stage now of saying, hey, we just can't really grow anymore, but let's make what we work or have work. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I decided to take this course. And the things that helped us the most were doing that enterprise assessment. We found products that we were growing here that just weren't profitable. And one thing that helps us do that is we actually have an app on the iPad called Ring It Up that keeps track of all our sales by SKUs. We can determine which product we sold, how much we sold. That way the next week we know how much we've got to take in case we ran out. We know that we ran out with our pricing of things. And that's been very helpful. And as I've taken those numbers and extrapolated them out and ran through things, we found out that, there's some things like broccoli and cauliflower. We can grow really good, but we just can't sell it. And not that we can't sell it, it's just that people don't seem to buy it. So we made that adjustment. Next slide. One thing you see here, that's kind of our booth, the Eastern Iowa State Fair. Pepsi, we rent a trailer from them, and that's kind of our booth that do that. But we got our big signs out there. This year we're actually going to do what we did at the corn maze. We're going to take another grain bin and make it into our concession stand. It'll set us apart and make us stand out, and we feel it'll be effective. And then the bottom corner is we also do a pumpkin chucking contest at the corn maze the second weekend of October. So we've added things to really help, get more people involved, but also it helps us to be more visible in the region with the people we serve. Next slide. So plans for the future, and I'll get to that story about the homecoming deal and we had in corn, and we actually went and bought us we were looking actually at buying a new one-row Oxbow corn harvester, but we actually found a used one the 1st of December. And so as we looked at it, and this course has been helpful, we actually bought that, and our cost of labor to harvest corn will go down dramatically, but our productivity will go to close to 500 dozen ears an hour, which just is phenomenal, which allows us to move our resources of people doing other things on the farm instead of picking corn. One other thing that we came across is over the last 3 or 4 years, there's been an individual down in Utah trying to sell a old 1980s bean harvester, a big self-propelled unit. And I told myself this winter that if that ever came up for sale again, I'd probably buy it this summer. Well, it didn't come up for sale this summer. It came up for sale 2 weeks ago at a really, really, really good price. And we looked at it and went down and bought it. And so now our beans will be all mechanically harvested, and that's going to be a huge for us as we analyze that with the tools here. We go from almost $1 a pound down to about 3 cents a pound to harvest beans. So really our plans is to maintain what we have, become more financially sound, and do the financial analysis that came with the CD with the Business Advice for Organic Farmers by Richard Wiswall. That's been invaluable for us. It's been a great learning experience for us this winter, and we've made adjustments already for this year, and I think overall it's those two things stand out the most for us and what's been most effective for us, and making those adjustments there. So with that, I'll take any questions.
Okay, Richard, we were going to wait till the very end for questions. Are you going to be able to stay on?
Yes, I'll stay on.
Yeah, let's wait till everybody,
You're
the
good.
rest of the speakers talk. I've
Okay.
got some questions myself. Okay, it's time for Amanda, and I'm going to need to